Hey YouTube fam, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sarah Noked, and in today's video, I'm gonna be covering a topic that is near and dear to my heart, and that is making the transition from an online support professional role like a virtual assistant, like a graphic designer, to a more managerial role in your client's business, like an online business manager. If you are a virtual assistant and you're wondering how you can make this transition, I've got news for you, and it really starts with making the shift to a more strategic role in the client's business, where you're not just executing tasks, but you're really focused on driving results for your clients. And I'm gonna chat about that in detail today. But before I do, I just wanna let you know that applications are open for our OBM certification program, the OBM Accreditation. It is free to apply. And if you are considering making the transition into the OBM role, then this is an incredible place to start inside of our OBM Accreditation. It is a 6-month high-touch coaching program where we cover the skills that are going to help you get confident about what you do as an online business manager. Now let's talk about how you can take the steps to transition to a role in your client's business that does command a little bit more in terms of responsibility, accountability, and hopefully compensation. Now, no surprise here, but the first big step that you need to make starts with your mindset. It's not about learning new tools or new processes. It's really about changing the way you see yourself in your client's business. Now, I do want to put a caveat here that you do need to be working with the right client. And I'm going to share this video here where I talk about the ideal characteristics a client needs. But I also want to be clear here in saying that if you have a client on your roster who really is just a virtual assistant client and really can't afford and doesn't need those managerial services, you can still practice these things within that client's business. The first one being this mindset shift around the things that you're doing and how you show up in your client's business. So as a virtual assistant, you've likely been in the background, right? Getting things done, making sure everything runs smoothly, and that is really important work. But if you want to step into the OBM role, you need to start to really see yourself differently in your client's business. You're not just a helper or an assistant, but you need to focus more on your leadership skills, those soft skills that are going to allow you to take the lead in your client's business. So when we take the lead, yes, we still execute tasks and implement things, but we're also managing projects. We're overseeing the team, and we're creating the systems that really help to move the needle in our client's business. And because I am a very practical human being, and I really like to share tips and tricks that are gonna really help move the needle in your business, I want you to really start by changing the way, not just that you see yourself in your client's business, but how you speak about yourself in your client's business. Because when you can think ahead, when you can anticipate challenges, and when you can really partner with your clients, you're gonna be able to achieve those long-term goals together. Now, for a lot of us virtual assistants, this shift might even start naturally, right? So you sort of begin, and this is why I think a lot of people think the VA role like transitions into the online business management role, and it will naturally for some of us, but it really does start to shift in ways that you might not even notice, right? So maybe, it's scope creep, but you're taking on more responsibility. You're managing different kinds of projects. You're coordinating with team members. Here's the thing, you don't have to wait for this to happen by chance. You have to claim this role intentionally. And the best way that I know how is, again, by starting with how you change the way you describe yourself, the way you speak, the language that you use within your client's business. So instead of saying things like, I help with admin tasks, or, I'm just behind the scenes getting it done, you can say things like, I really partner with my clients to help them streamline their operations so so that they can really focus on growth. See that like subtle language shift? It went from, my role in my client's business to really how I help my clients scale or how I help to improve what's going on in their business. So it really starts with thinking about yourself within your client's business, but then it goes one step further. And this is where you really start to move the needle, is how you communicate with your existing clients. You start to ask bigger picture questions. Things like, what systems in the business are holding us back from hitting our goals, hitting our targets? Instead of asking the client, hey, what can I take off your plate today? You come with solutions. I was thinking about such and such problem, and so I've got these 2 solutions. What do you think is going to work better? And that's going to really put you into a position where your client's going to feel like, wow, Sophie, the OBM, really cares about what's happening in my business. She's thinking critically about coming up with these solutions for problems that I have been challenged, plagued by for months in my business. And this, my friends, starting with simple things like the language you use to describe yourself and the language that you use inside of your client's business, is going to really move the needle. And that, my friends, is going to be what sets you apart. Now, the next big step to making the transition, and this also goes with the whole language and, calling in and manifesting and all that good stuff, but it's really about talking to your clients about making the transition. And I know for a lot of our students that step into our OBM accreditation program, that becomes the perfect piece to talk about. Hey, I'm leveling up. I'm investing in this program that's going to get me the skills, the community, and the training that I need to do my best work inside of your business. And so those small seeds, just by saying and talking about how you're investing in your skills to really enhance their business, is huge. So if you are already working with clients that have that OBM potential, you have a huge advantage. These clients know, like, and trust you, which makes it very easy or easier to transition into a new role. And the key is to have an open and honest conversation. You might say something like, I've been reflecting on how I can bring even more value into your business, and I'd love to take on a more proactive role. I've been focusing on developing my skills in X specific area, and I think stepping into a strategic role could really help us achieve your goals. And so you want to really make sure here that you are framing the conversation around the benefits for your client's business. I want you to highlight the strengths that you're already bringing to the table, maybe highlight things about how your role has changed, like you're managing systems, you're overseeing projects, you are keeping things organized, and then explain also, in addition to, how stepping into this new role is really going to allow you to do more for them. Now, not every client is going to be ready for this shift. Remember, I've got lots of videos on this challenge on who the ideal client is. I'm not going to go into that here today, but you need to really be able to evaluate whether they are a right fit for your business moving forward, because leveling up and growing pains sometimes means that you have to let go of clients who are not aligned with your vision. And that, my friends, is a good thing. So when you can have these open, honest conversations, it's going to really help you to not only develop and enhance your soft skills, but it's also going to help you to really know where you stand with your clients and start to plant the seeds that get them thinking about how you can show up differently in their business. The next big piece is that confidence comes from doing. And if you want to achieve the confidence to have those difficult conversations with your client, you need to really be able to own it. So I find that with myself and with my students, if we're hesitating to step into a leadership role, it's usually because you feel like you're maybe missing a piece of the puzzle. And this is where skills building really comes in. And if you're serious about making the transition, you need to invest in the tools and the systems and the strategies that will help you deliver at the OBM level. I want you to focus on the areas that have the biggest impact. For example, it could be a project management tool that you are using to bring the whole team on board, to create the workflows and the task templates to make things move smoother, to take your client's peace of mind and be like, hey, here's your peace of mind. Everything's organized here. Now we can dive into the next phase, right? The next horizon, right? And you can confidently lead from that point, and your client's also going to have the peace of mind. I talked a lot about communication skills. It's so important to not only be able to have difficult conversations and communicate well, but also as an online business manager, you are going to be flexing that communication skill set of leading meetings, managing expectations, and navigating challenges and finding solutions to problems, right? That's what business is. It's constantly finding solutions to different problems. And these are all skills, my friends, which you can develop and hone. And when you do, you feel a hell of a lot more confident in your role. And one of the best ways to build skills is through our OBM Accreditation program. Hands down. It's not just about learning the hard skills of being an OBM, but it's really about gaining the confidence to lead, the credibility to stand out, and the community to help you and support you every step of the way. And for the last decade, I have been owning and really improving and making this program what I wish that I would have had when I was making the transition, when I was starting out as an OBM. Now, the next piece of this puzzle, we've talked about communication and really putting your stake in the ground and talking about what you do and how you can make the transition and really changing the language you use. We talked about how you can really learn new skills. You can have a growth mindset. You can always improve what you can offer your clients. And then the last piece of this puzzle is about treating your business like a real business, okay? A lot of freelancers, we're just kind of side hustling, right? Maybe you're side hustling from your corporate job. Maybe you're not taking it that seriously, but when you start to take your business seriously and you treat your business like a real business, it really starts to move the needle. And I'm going to start by sharing some steadfast and clear techniques, but I also want to remind you that for a lot of us, and if you're just getting started or maybe you're not really that familiar with this role, most of our clients, when you're in a service support professional role, come through word of mouth referral. This is just a natural tenacity that we have as support professionals, and it really is great and it really is important. And for a lot of us, it works. But if you're transitioning into the OBM role, and this is what I found to be like the bane of my existence when I was making that transition. And I think this is why it can be very difficult for support professionals to make a transition, because it takes time, because you're essentially cleaning out and updating and enhancing that client referral pipeline. So part of how you can do this is by being very intentional about how you market yourself. You need to start by creating an online presence that really reflects where you're going and not just where you've been. It's about creating updated social media profiles. It's about updating the content on your website and building that website and any other platforms that you use to showcase the strategic value that you bring. You want to highlight those experiences, even if you've been the OBM in disguise with those clients, about how you've been managing their projects, leading teams, and creating systems. Think about how you are positioning yourself. Are you presenting yourself as someone who just helps out, or as someone who drives results, as someone who is the solution to problems? This shift in how you show up can make all the difference in how you attract the right clients. And when I made this shift in my own business, and when I put my stake down and really started positioning myself as an online business manager, the clients that I was attracting changed. I went from getting inquiries for, admin support and all of the things, to working with clients who wanted strategic support, who wanted a strategic partner to help them scale, to help them introduce automations and systems. And that is what I want for you as well. Now, here's the bottom line. making the transition from VA to OBM isn't just about learning new skills or charging higher rates. It's really about stepping into your potential and creating a career that aligns with your goals. If you're ready to take the next step, accreditation is there for you. We can help you get there faster with the right techniques, tactics, all that good stuff. Our CPD certified program is designed to give you the skills, confidence, and credibility to thrive in a competitive marketplace. It is free to apply, and you can get in your application right now at obmaccreditation.com. This could be the moment that changes everything for you. Imagine what 2026 could look like with the confidence and clients and income that you've always wanted, because you started now with taking the leap and taking the first step. Now, thank you so much for being here today, for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody who is ready to level up their own career. And again, don't forget, applications are open. Head on over to obmaccreditation.com to learn more and to start your journey towards becoming an accredited online business manager. Until next time, keep building, keep dreaming, and let's create the career and life you love. I will see you in the next video.